Good morning, everybody. This is Stephen Pugh of the Home Bible College. I've gone to do another mini lecture on the series for the fourth year students of the Home Bible College. This is lecture 15, and the point of the lecture is very simple. It is the Christian elder is a man of one book, the Bible. He spends much time reading and meditating on the Bible in the course of the week. He has an expert knowledge of the whole Bible and understands the whole message of the Bible. And he understands how the message of the Bible is related to those to whom he ministers. Now, just to let you know that when I say the Christian elder, I'm referring to somebody who is an experienced and mature Christian who has a specific ministry gift in terms of public teaching and preaching of the scriptures. He may be an evangelist, or he may be a pastor, or he may be a teacher. But at any one of these ministries, he may actually be a missionary or a church planter. He may be any of these things. But the point is, in all of those things, he is a Christian elder. So when one reads the older generation, they often refer to the book. And as a child, preachers that I listened to often referred to the book, and they were of course referring to the Bible and what the Bible itself calls the scriptures. And we do not realize today the incredible value that the Bible that we have in our hands. Often because of familiarity, we forget that many previous generations didn't have the facility of having a Bible. They cost a fortune, and sometimes they weren't even allowed to be possessed. And sometimes having a language in your own having a Bible in your own language was a death sentence if you were discovered. Now, when Queen Elizabeth II was crowned, she was given a Bible. Early in the coronation service, the Archbishop of Canterbury shall go to the chair, and the moderator of the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland, receiving the Bible from the Dean of Westminster, will bring it to the Queen and present it to her, the Archbishop saying these words: "Our gracious Queen, to keep your Majesty ever mindful of the law and of the gospel of God as the rule for the whole life and the government of Christian princes, we present you with this book, the most valuable thing that this world affords. Here is wisdom. This is the royal law. These are the lively oracles of God." Often Christian ministers will have lots of books, but for him there is one main book, and it is his life work to understand it, to master it, or for it to master him. And he has over many years read the whole Bible. He knows the subject and the purpose of every book of the Bible. He understands how they all fit together into one book, the scriptures. Often Christian ministers will become familiar and conversant in the original Old Testament Hebrew and New Testament Greek. Although it's not a badge of office, it's just a means to get at the correct and original teachings and words of Scripture in the original languages. He spends a lot of time reading and meditating on the Bible in the course of a week. He has an expert knowledge of the whole Bible, as we have said. He understands the whole message of the Bible, and also he understands how the message of the Bible is related to those people to whom he ministers. That's a very important thing. And he's taken the time, you see, to understand how the New Testament letters to Christians specifically relate to Christians. He also understands how the New Testament message of the gospel relates to unbelievers. Now this raises a series of questions which I'd like to put before you, and I'd like you to think hard and long about and meditate on. The first question is, have I read the whole Bible? That's a challenge, isn't it? Second question is, have I studied the whole Bible? The third question is, have I taken the time to understand how all the Bible fits together and specifically relates to the present day believers? And lastly, do I understand what is the connection of New Testament truth that relates to unbelievers today? Now there's a set of questions. It depends on what your particular ministry, your field of ministry is, as to quite how those questions are going to be worked out in your ministry. But have you taken the time to understand how all the Bible fits together and specifically relates to present day believers? And if you're an evangelist or a missionary, do I understand what is the connection of New Testament truth that relates to unbelievers today? Wow, what a question, what a series of questions. So there we are, coming back to my original point. The Christian minister is a person of one book. He is a person of one book, and that one book is the Bible. He spends much time reading it, meditating on it. In the course of his week, he has an expert knowledge of the whole Bible, understands the Bible, and he understands how the message of the Bible is related to those to whom he ministers. Well, God bless you. I look forward to speaking to you next week. Have a great day. Bye for now.